Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Whole Milk, All Fat Sports Chat on WCCR Rutgers Camden Online Radio.
We are finally back.
Right, that's right. We were gone for a long time, but now we're back. Been gone for a very long time because this room got cancer.
We are now officially cancer-free.
Yeah, we're the first official cancer-free First, we're coming out as the first official cancer-free student radio show located at Rutgers Camden's WCCR.
There you go.
But the room had asbestos when there was a giant flood.
So, we went through our off season, and now we're in the preseason because we started a week late.
We were supposed to start last week. That's right.
Yeah.
But I had work, and Monty was just being a bad.
It's the first week of... No, go ahead, Jack.
Well, Raptor Welcome. There's supposed to be a Raptor Welcome Whole Milk Spooktacular special.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was busy at my job.
We were also supposed to have a Midsummer Spooktacular that just never happened.
I'm sorry. I was also at my job.
How do you know? How do you know? Because we never even picked the date for the Midsummer Spooktacular. It just never happened.
Because I was working in the summer.
Well,
so was I. But I would have cleared out my schedule for the Midsummer Spooktacular.
Okay, well, see, the state of New Jersey requires that there must be 2 lifeguards on duty at all times during a pool's opening operating hours. So
should have just switched hours with someone.
Maybe, but nobody ever decided when the date for the Midsummer Spooktacular was going to be.
Well, I can't do everything on this radio.
Well, I can't do everything either. It's a synergy between us, Mike. You know, we have to coordinate with each other to get things done around here.
It's a team effort.
It's a team effort.
Yeah, someone hogged all the secret meetings from us and just decided to withhold information from us because he gets off on it.
I wonder who.
I immediately told you guys the information from the 2 total summer meetings. But let's get into the big game started yesterday.
Wait, but who's here today?
Oh,
we don't know.
Ooh, this is the preseason episode for us.
Oh, we're doing introductions. We usually do it this way, like coming towards me, because I'm sitting at the operating bench today because somebody isn't here. I wonder who.
Okay, so I'm Jack.
I'm Mike,
and I'm Monty.
And Matt's not here for reasons unknown. I think, does he have class today?
No, he isn't. He is attending a funeral right now.
Oh.
No, we send our condolences, and we miss him
dearly.
Matthew, please come back.
Rest in peace.
He's not the
Matthew
one.
didn't.
It's not his funeral.
How do you know?
Jack, if it was his... Oh, Lord. If it was his funeral, I'm pretty sure that we would be there. I mean, I would hope. I would hope you would take off of work, you know, since your job at CVS Pharmacy is so dearly important to the functioning of our nation.
Yeah, we'd obviously be doing a live cast of Whole Milk at his funeral to honor him.
Yeah, just while they're doing the eulogy, we're just talking in the background about the Sixers or something.
Yeah, the thing he loves the most. This.
Yeah, because he cares so much about sports. He's not just here for the ride.
All right, now that we remembered to introduce ourselves. So let's talk about the game last night.
Flip the colors a little bit, you know, to Eagles green, baby.
Darker?
No, Kelly green.
There we go, dark green.
There we go. Okay. So the Eagles had their first game yesterday, the first game in the NFL season. I kind of forgot it was happening because I've worked too much. So I haven't been able to follow anything that really happened for like the last 3 weeks of summer. And it was also my birthday yesterday. So I kind of forgot the game was happening. But
how could you forget about the Super Bowl 52 champion Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, I mean, the game also got pushed back by like an hour because of the thunderstorms.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. But I mean, I thought that would give you more leeway because you were at like the Cheesecake Factory for your birthday.
I was. I watched the second half of the game. I didn't get to watch the first
Well,
half.
that was really just the half that mattered.
Yeah, because the first half kind of like I don't think anything really happened.
It was
Besides
like I think it was 3-0 Falcons.
No, it was 6-3 at halftime. And
okay.
See, like I didn't even watch the game, and I know what the score was at halftime. So
well, I just remember
I very much clocked out about third quarter.
It was a very poorly played football game.
Well, in the first half, maybe not the second half though.
No, the second half was still bad.
Yeah,
because Matt Ryan, I don't know what's wrong with him, but clearly there's something wrong because I have no clue how he just could not throw a football yesterday. And the only person that decided to show up for the Falcons was Julio Jones. And of course, for some reason, Steve Sarkisian hates throwing to Julio Jones whenever they get within an inch of the end zone. So it was 6-3 at halftime. It was a very slow start. The Eagles, on the night they raised the Super Bowl banner, literally got booed at halftime. So clearly, Philly fans are not complacent anymore. We're still hungry. But it's also kind of like the Eagles reserve squad still because half the team is still injured from the offseason. Because Carson's obviously still out, and we have no clue when he's coming back. Alshon Jeffrey's out. Matt Collins just got put on injured reserve. Brandon Graham played, but I kind of forgot. He also was injured for most of the summer. Who else?
Kelsey.
He got hurt for like a snap, but he came back. Ajay missed most of the preseason. So, like, really it was like a lot of people's first game action in quite some time. And obviously the first game, September football is never very quality football because, half the starters don't play more than a snap, more than like a drive or two or like a quarter.
In the preseason.
So, and it's like practicing. They can't practice as much as they used to. So.
And they can't hit, so a lot of their drills are just going through the motions.
Yeah, so now it's like. But all that matters is the Eagles won. Jay Ajayi scored 2 touchdowns. We got the bad Nick Foles last night. They ran the same play that the Patriots ran in the Super Bowl where Tom Brady dropped the pass, and they got but the Eagles actually got a first down, and they scored a touchdown. What else exciting happened? Oh, it literally ended the same exact way the divisional round ended, where it was 4th and goal.
And right
and
down
Matt
the
Ryan
last
threw
second.
to Julio Jones, but he landed out of bounds, and he didn't catch it. So that's how the game ended.
Another point is that there was a ton of penalties on both sides. Over 10 penalties for each team and over 100 yards given out
but
for both
I think
teams.
the Falcons had more penalties. And they got kind of like the weirder calls because I believe they had a couple controversial catches that were overturned and a couple weird penalties that were kind of wishy-washy. But, yeah.
But that amount of penalties and penalty yards overall for both teams did not happen last year. That's how bad it got.
So clearly we're just getting warmed up. The new rules gets everyone upset. Everyone's burning their Nikes. The anthem policy is still. I don't understand why people care about this so much, but we don't get political on this podcast.
We're not a political talk show. We're a sports talk show.
We are a subtle remark every 2 episodes.
Exactly. We just make occasional social commentary that's a reference to something. But yeah, so football's back. Obviously, it's going to take a while before it gets probably exciting again.
Yeah, you gotta wait for like late October, early
Mid-October
November.
is when it gets fun.
Yeah.
September always sucks because no one's played.
Everyone starts slow.
Yeah, there's not going to be a good game for a while. I mean, the ending of the Falcons-Eagles game was good. I'm glad the Eagles won because I really thought they were going to lose after that guy touched the ball instead of just running away from the blocker. And Falcons got the ball back and scored a touchdown. And, Nick Foles obviously is bad again.
Not a starter.
Yeah, he's bad again. So it's like clearly he should be a backup. This is why we need Carson Wentz back.
But we still got to love him, because he brought us the greatest gift that Saint Nick could ever bring.
Exactly. But let's hope we don't have to deal with Nick Foles for too much longer because I just want to see Carson on the field again.
Well, another thing we could talk about with the Eagles is the unveiling of that statue.
The Philly special statue.
Oh, fantastic. You know what? We should get a poster of that in here, I think.
We should just steal it and put it in here.
Where would we put it? We'd have to, take out, maybe 5 or 6 ceiling tiles.
No, you
to
just
fit-
get rid of the foundation part of it, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, but then what? You just have a statue of 2 dudes like just standing here. Like, you what are you gonna separate Nikki and Doug?
Yeah, just
Like
have
you're gonna
them,
have
like
Nick Foles on one corner of the room and Doug in the entire other corner of the room.
yeah, use them to
No.
hold my coat.
Can I say the A word on
Yeah.
air, Mike? With a remark like that again, and I'm gonna kick your ass.
How can you say that when I proved my friendship via getting your face on a T-shirt?
I didn't ask for that.
You didn't need to.
You know what? I'm gonna file a restraining order against you, Michael.
Of harassment. He's putting my face on T-shirts that I didn't
He's
ask
putting my
for.
face on T-shirts. He's harassing me and my favorite sports team.
My Snapchats are my private property.
Yeah, my
Please don't make
Snapchat.
T-shirts.
My Snapchats are my intellectual property.
I
They
need
are
to
owned-
get, I
they
need
are
to
owned
get
by
the
me.
proceeds from the shirt.
Yeah, am I getting the money for that shirt, Mike? Where's my money?
You asked for the link so you can buy us one yourself.
No,
And
because
for
all
your
my other
friend.
friends are offering to pay me and then pay for the shirt because it has my intellectual property on it.
I do not believe that they will pay you for it.
They will.
Nah, I don't believe that part.
Well, you don't know my friends. You're not a real friend.
Ooh,
If you wouldn't pay me for a
cuts
shirt,
deep.
yeah.
So yeah,
And to think I
Football.
gave you a position in this studio.
to think that you are now the club outreach.
To think I told you about the radio station.
This time last year was when we walked into the involvement fair and put our names down on a sheet of paper.
I saw good old Bill and I was like, "Hey, Bill, what's going on?" And he was like, "Hey, Anthony Monte Carlo, I know
Hey,
everything
Anthony
about
Monte
you."
Carlo, you should get your super cool friends because they're much cooler than you because you would be a terrible person to put on.
You just
I'm in control now.
Yeah, Bill just went, "Hey man, you have a face for radio."
I was like, "Oh yeah."
You got a face for radio and a voice for silent films.
No, you have a face for radio and a voice for like, I guess like sharpening a sword, right?
No,
Like,
it's like
rocks
you got
are,
a
like,
face for
really,
radio and a voice, and I can't remember what it's a voice for something that doesn't
for
involve
Charlie
speaking.
for books. I don't know.
No, because audiobooks are a thing.
Then you would say audiobooks.
We're past this.
Okay.
We're here. We're involved.
Yeah,
Bill did his job.
All right, we were talking about the statue, and then we somehow got into
It
semantics
devolved.
about
It devolved into you being a terrible friend.
about backhanded compliments.
Okay.
So let's move on.
Yeah, so
let's address. I think we should address the opening song and our pick for the opening song because it's not Derby Day.
yeah, there
so-
we go. We switched it up
Because
for
the
today.
computers
I'm
are
gonna
broken,
change-
so
I'm
we
gonna-
can't have anything play through the.
Change the color a little bit. Make it more saturated. It needs to be a deep
Dark blue.
dark blue.
There you go. You're getting to it.
There we go. Make it like a nice like. There we go. Is that more purple or blue? What would you say, Michael? Pay attention. Get off your phone. We're in the middle. We're in the middle of a talk show.
That's like a violet.
I'm. You need, yeah, it's a little too purplish.
How about that?
That's a
And
little
then-
bit better.
and then turn the saturate.
The reason I'm on my phone is to look up the schedule, so that way we can guess the rest of the games.
The Eagles schedule.
No, just the for this week of all the games.
Oh, well, we're past that.
No,
Yeah,
no, we aren't.
we've moved on. Remember in season 1 where you guys would always cut me off and move on? We're past that. We're talking about the Sixers now, Michael.
All right, so
We'll come back to it, Michael. I'm not gonna cut you off like that because I'm a good friend.
So, it was I think we could spend like a whole 2 weeks recapping the Sixers off season because of all the crap that happened. But so obviously we beat because I think what happened by the time when the room got cancer, I don't even think the playoffs started yet. I think we were like talking about the playoffs starting.
I think we were a couple games into the Miami series.
No, I don't think we were even into the postseason hadn't even started at all.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I
we
thought
were like
like 1 or 2
previewing the
games
playoffs
in.
for our last show, and then
Yeah, we had our playoff predictions.
No, because we talked about when Dwayne Wade scored like 30 points in like the second game because he
Were
turned
we?
back the clock. Yeah, we only had like 2 games into the series, but
I don't remember. I feel like if I remember correctly, the playoffs hadn't even started yet.
It was a shaky time. We'll go back to the tapes.
So obviously the Sixers beat the Heat in 5, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, this team's going to go to the conference finals, and they can give the Cavs a run for their money to play the Warriors." And then the Celtics just came out and punched them in the mouth, and they never recovered. And it took T.J. McConnell starting at point guard to even win a game. There was also the Game 3 debacle where Marco Bellinelli hit that last-second shot, and everyone thought it was a three-pointer. But as it turns out, he actually had his foot on the line, and they had to spend 30 minutes cleaning up the confetti because they thought he hit the game winner. And then we blew like a 6-point lead in overtime because Joel Embiid was too gassed to play well enough, and Ben Simmons scored like... Well, Ben Simmons had a better game, but he still wasn't good enough.
What was it, Game 4 that he scored 1 point?
No, I think it was Game 2 he scored 1 point.
Yeah,
Saddest anime deaths. The
Yeah.
Philadelphia 76ers not hitting a game-winning, a walk-off 3.
Yeah, but they lost that game. Then they won Game 4, and then we're all like, haha, we're going to come back. We're going to be the first NBA team to win a series down 3-0. And then we lost Game 5 because Joel Embiid got fouled on the last play of the game, but they didn't call it.
So then we went into
we'll get him
So then
next
we
year.
went into the offseason, and the big thing was we're going to get a really good, really good player that's going to complement, and we're going to form a big four with Fultz, Embiid, Simmons, and whoever else comes here. But then, I think it was at the end of May this happened, Brian Colangelo had 5 Twitter accounts that were created by him.
Wasn't him.
Burner
It
accounts.
was his wife.
Oh, yeah, if you believe that.
Barbara Botini, Philadelphia's greatest asset.
Find a new slant. Those were totally his.
Yeah. The new
GM.
well,
new.
we still don't even have a GM. So
Well,
there's
I was gonna say a
But-
new GM hasn't been
so
found
then,
yet.
So then the whole thing became Colangelo better get fired because he tweeted these mean things about his players using fake accounts, and he was leaking confidential information about Jahlil Okafor and Nerlens Noel and Joel Embiid, and as it turned out, Brian Colangelo wound up resigning. I put that in air quotes, but you can't see because there's no video feed.
I could put the studio camera on.
No.
That'd be a face reveal though.
Yeah.
I like the anonymity.
Anonymity. Yeah, because we're so famous on campus.
Yeah.
We don't want people to know who
Well, I
we are.
mean, I think I'm gonna be famous already because if Mike wears that shirt again, everybody's gonna think he's a weirdo and we're in a relationship.
That guy on his shirt is really ugly.
It's going to be like,
Why is that?
wait,
Why
I
is
think
that
I've
man
seen
walking
that guy
around
on campus?
Yeah, I've seen that guy on campus. He looks like he has a face for radio. But yeah, so Colangelo wound up resigning or getting fired, and Brett Brown became the GM, and we had the 10th pick in the draft. We drafted Mikal Bridges, and then we traded him 4 picks later to draft Zaire Smith. I'm trying to say that like Brett Brown.
And then also get a
extra first-round pick, which was the key, which was apparently the piece to the puzzle to get Kawhi, which obviously we did not get Kawhi Leonard because we would have to give up Saric and Fultz and like a couple firsts.
But still a very valuable pick nonetheless because it's the 2021 Heat first-round pick.
Which is maybe a good pick, but it's also 3 years away, so.
And if you look at the Heat's current roster, they are very capped out. And everyone's pretty much old, and all of their young pieces aren't developing that well, except for like Josh Richardson. And Justin Winslow is very slowly developing.
So we got that, and then we thought we were gonna get Kawhi for like 2 weeks after the draft, and then free agency started, and we were all waiting for LeBron to make his decision. And when it came out that Sunday morning when LeBron was gonna meet with the Sixers, we all got really
agent.
It said LeBron and his team was meeting with the Sixers. So it made it sound like LeBron was meeting with the Sixers. So we all got really excited for 6 hours and thought we were going to get LeBron and Kawhi.
And everybody in Los Angeles was like, "Oh no, what happened? I thought we had this in the bag. Oh no!"
And then
he's
it turned
looking at
out to
other
be
cities."
a huge cock tease because LeBron decided he wanted to piss everybody off and sign with the Lakers.
So he could be in the same state
So
as
he
his
could
son.
he could star in Adam Sandler movies. Because he signed the 4-year deal and just basically was like, I'm tired of carrying my team to the finals every single year
But
and losing to the
he's
Warriors.
going to
So
Los
this time I want to
Angeles.
lose to the Warriors in the first round instead.
Yeah. Instead of getting to the finals and getting beat, better off just be first.
Better off just getting swept in the first round.
Yeah, and then having more time to spend with my family.
So can we talk about this team that was assembled for LeBron once he signed? He signed the ultimate blame team because they got Rondo. They already had Lonzo. They got JaVale McGee.
Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, that's right. Who else did they get? I'm trying to remember. They got a lot of players that it's like
Michael Beasley, right?
Maybe. I don't remember. They just signed all these players that are over the hill and just someone LeBron can get really, really mad at and yell at and then go to the media and make Instagram posts about. I'm waiting. I'm just really excited for the first LeVar and LeBron media dispute because I feel like LeVar is going to say something straight up about LeBron and then LeBron's going to be like, I'm being the bigger man, and then he's going to post or tweet something really dumb. Because I used to really, really like LeBron. I thought I didn't really understand all the hate he got, and now I hate him. So we have a new segment. Once the NBA season rolls around, it's called LeBron Hate. We're just going to talk about how much we hate LeBron and how he could have gone somewhere much better and could have been a much better situation, but instead he had to sacrifice for his family.
He would have been a part of one of the top defensive teams of all time.
That better place is here, guys. If the listeners don't really know, that better place is here. It's way better to come here than Los Angeles.
By here we mean the 76ers.
Yeah.
By here we mean the city of Philadelphia, where the fans are passionate and aren't afraid to speak their mind about the players that may be slacking.
We are now transitioning into an ASMR episode.
Well, not now. No, we gotta wait a few weeks.
So yeah, we're gonna go to the Lakers Sixers game at home, so we can boo LeBron.
Well, only one of us, because we can only afford for one person to go.
Are you paying?
Well, I mean, I also have 2 free game tickets. Maybe they're gonna offer that package up.
There's no way.
Because I'm pretty sure Colangelo, as he was leaving, stole my All-Star jersey that I never got. And then I sent 6 emails in a row being like, hey, I've waited way too long for these emails. I've waited way too long for this jersey. What the hell happened? Then I got a call from somebody who said, oh, we're super sorry this happened. We're going to send you a LeBron jersey. I mean, no, we're going to send you an Embiid jersey, and then I'll give you 2 free game tickets. I'm like, sweet. And she's like, I'll send you an email with packages for the game, and you can pick. And I'll also send you a tracking number once it gets sent out. I said, cool, great. That was a week ago. I haven't heard anything since. So I think I'm just being cucked again.
So your tickets, if you're ever offered them.
This time, I have a phone number I can harass. I don't have an email I can harass.
They're going to block your number in 2 calls.
I still think to solve the emotional dilemma that Jack's going to go through because he has to pick either me or Mike.
That's even if I even get the tickets.
If you get the tickets. If you do, I do think that we should all pay a third of either my ticket or Mike's ticket so that all 3 of us can go. I would say that's pretty fair because the 2 people don't have to pay anything for the ticket. And the third person only has to pay a third of the ticket price to still go to the game with the other 2 people.
But what if they give us courtside seats?
Well, it's being split. The price of one courtside seat's been split between 3 people.
But that's thousands of dollars that I don't have.
No, it's not thousands of dollars when you divide it by 3.
Listen,
the only way it would be that expensive is if it's literally against the Lakers or Warriors or someone. But they'll probably offer you
nosebleeds,
Hawks, Kings,
Pistons.
Yeah.
And they'll probably mean nosebleeds.
Or something. No, I don't think nosebleeds, but I think upper. Bottom of upper. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes for you. We'll see if it takes you another 2 years.
Mike, we still could have, how much... You remember the... Let me take a second to think about what I was going to say.
Are you referencing the snowstorm that the Kings game?
Yes. How did you get that from...
Because you were saying you were about to ask the price of something, and I remembered how close we were to going to that Kings game in that snowstorm.
Very good, Michael. Very astute. I'm very proud of you. You should be proud. Your mom and dad should be proud.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, because of the fact that all public transportation was shut down, and it was really difficult to get to the stadium. They were selling not courtside, but actually on the floor seats for like, I think it was like 150 to like 180, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. So we definitely could have gone to that game for not that much and gotten courtside seats.
So, in actuality, it probably, if miraculously they decide to give Jack, who has been annoying them for like a year and a half.
No, since April.
He's been annoying them for like the past 5 years since Embiid was drafted for this jersey. I don't think it would be on the floor, so I think it would be very easily attainable for us to divide the third ticket between all three of us.
And then nobody has to face an emotional dilemma.
True. But we'll see.
We'll see. So then, after the draft, our free agency consisted of 2 trades.
We traded for Mike Muscala and
Wilson Chandler.
Oh, that's right.
Wilson Chandler we got for
cash considerations
for the total of $100,000, and they gave us Wilson Chandler and a second-round pick. And Wilson Chandler's on an expiring contract, so we basically just got a second-round pick for free and
someone that can play 3-and-D.
Yep. So I really enjoyed that trade.
And then we traded Justin Anderson and TLC for Mike Muscala. And it was It was like the Carmelo to Hawks, where Carmelo just got bought out immediately.
Yeah, it was part of the Hawks trade.
So we got Mike Muscala, who is a backup center.
And tweeted out that he hates the 76ers. So we'll see how that goes.
And then we re-signed Amia Johnson to a cheaper deal. This time we didn't sign him to a $12 million contract. We signed him to like a $2 million deal. And we re-signed JJ to like a 3 or $12 million deal or something like that.
It was a 1 year, $12.5 million deal.
So almost half of his
Yeah, we got
deal.
him for 50% off. He was close to going to the Pacers. He was a couple hours away, and then he was like, hey, guys, I'm going to sign him to the Pacers. And the Sixers were like, we can't have that happen. And then signed him for $12.5 million.
And
thank you, JJ.
so we kind of just moved laterally, and we're just relying on the development of the fact that Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Markelle Fultz all had their first healthy offseason.
And who's out with the Jones fracture?
That was
Zaire Smith. So,
Yeah,
the tradition of Sixers rookies getting hurt and missing missing a chunk of their first season is continuing.
So
still alive and well.
we have the 2020 Rookie of the Year down pat locked for Smith.
Not a rookie.
Yeah.
I think the only person that we drafted that will be healthy to start the season is Landry Shamet.
Yeah.
Who?
Because the one guy has like the broken back. I think they just memeing us too with this reevaluated in 3 weeks crap.
Yeah, Shake Milton
has like a back fracture.
He was on a 2-way anyway, I believe, or will be put on one once he's healthy. So I think he'll mainly play most of his time in the G League. Our big advancement that we've seen so far is Korkmaz, because he lit up Summer League.
Well, he had like that 40-point game that they still lost. But he'll be exciting.
So hopefully he can actually stay healthy, because last year in Sixers fashion, he got injured for most of the season.
And he spent most of it on the bench anyway. We
Yeah,
got
he was
Jonah
rehabbing.
Bolden. We got rid of Rashawn Holmes for Jonah Bolden.
He finally came over. Oh yeah, we traded Holmes also.
Yeah, for like cash considerations.
Yeah.
But now we got a new backup power forward center.
Hopefully he plays more like he did in Summer League last year and not Summer League this year, because he played very poorly. Part of it could have been the fact that he didn't come over until until like the game was the next day, so he didn't get to practice with the team at all.
And then
Someone has to go to work and sacrifice.
what?
I have to go to work.
You're leaving us?
Yeah,
Oh, that's disappointing.
I'm here.
This is work.
I don't get.
our
I don't.
job.
This is an unpaid internship. This is unpaid volunteer work. Some of us, not all of us, get to rely on the teat of the government providing our education for free.
Well,
I'm gonna leave it on.
no, don't.
No, because he's got to stay here now. He's tethered to that microphone. It's his responsibility to be talking into that microphone.
Oh, we have a new
Oh.
member.
Yo, what up, guys?
Oh, Jack, you're back. I'm glad you could join us.
Yeah, I'm Jack.
Yeah, so Jack's back now. He decided he quit CVS. Yeah, so
I wonder who was that guy like walking out? I don't know. He
I don't
just
know.
came in here.
Trash man, I think.
we gotta change the locks.
yeah.
We gotta change the locks on this building.
Locks? What do you mean? We use the key cards, dude. We're an exclusive club.
Yeah, how'd a random guy get in the room then?
I
He
don't
had
know.
a key card.
Ah,
We gotta
Yeah,
switch up the
just-
access codes.
Maybe he killed someone with the key card.
So that was pretty much the Sixers off season. Hopefully, Markelle Fultz, he's been working with Drew Hanlon for the entirety of the off season, as well as Joel Embiid, and they've been very sneaky with showing any shot footage. They make sure they don't show it in its entirety or really any of it. And we've seen pictures and very grainy footage from odd angles. So hopefully,
the biggest tragedy is that Molly Sullivan is no longer on the courtside coverage for NBC Sports Philadelphia. It's a very, very sad day.
well, she's still in Philly at least,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah,
now
she
she's
was-
with the Eagles.
She's doing stadium coverage for the Eagles, so that's cool. But I was like, Molly, please come back.
At least we still have Zumov and Allah.
Well, of course, they're not gonna get rid of them. Like, Zumov has been around for such a long time. Anyway, do you mind if I talk about the Phillies real quick?
Sure.
Let me change to red. This will be very quick. The Phillies are real sucking. They really sucking right now. It's kind of atrocious.
I thought they started off really hot. What happened?
Well, they didn't start off hot. They started off terrible. They got into a good stretch. Then they started sucking again, and I didn't watch. And then free agency came around. Or not free agency. Trade deadline came around. They didn't get Manny Machado. We'll probably get him next year, I would hope. I haven't really been keeping up with the Phillies again because they've been sucking for the entire month of September and a lot of late August. They've lost to the Marlins multiple times. They've lost to the Mets multiple times. And somehow they're still, I think, maybe 3.5 games back from first place in the NL East. But yeah, the Phillies are really sucking right now. I'm not watching them. So anyway, what else?
Well,
Going back
yeah,
to the Eagles.
That surprised me. At least back to the NFL.
Okay,
But that surprised me because I heard for a while that they were doing really well and people.
they were. The unfortunate thing was they were.
They were
I think-
destroying expectations.
Yeah, I would say through most of July, they were first in the NL East by at least maybe like 2.5 games. So they were on a big hot streak. But now they're like they're tanking again. So I don't know what's going on. Really, I haven't been paying attention because they're just a tragedy to watch, and I don't want to watch a team that literally went when they had a doubleheader in one of the games. Did you hear about the game that was broadcasted on Facebook Live that the Phillies literally went like 20-3, and Gabe Kapler's explanation was, yeah, once they got to like maybe 5 or 6 runs up on us, I was thinking about the next game. When really in any sport, you're supposed to be thinking about the game that you're playing right now to win it. But Gabe Kapler literally pulled out an excuse that I would have used when I was playing Little League baseball. It's like, oh, well, I'm thinking about going home and eating dinner. I'm not even thinking about the game anymore because I was terrible at sports. But other than that,
that's sad to hear.
Yeah. Another little piece of Eagles news that Jack and I both forgot to talk about. 2 former Eagles players got inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, being T.O. and B-Doc. And T.O. didn't show up because of reasons.
Because the Hall of Fame disrespected him by not making him a first ballot Hall of Famer.
There you go.
And because when you are top 5 in, I think, every major receiving category, you should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But they counted his off-the-field antics, which the Hall of Fame specifically
set out not to do.
States that they do not do that. So yeah, he disrespected them back by just not showing up. Also, very T.O.-like anyway. So it fits.
But that didn't dampen the mood for any of the Eagles fans that were at the induction ceremony.
Well, because T.O. was on the team for like 3 or 4 seasons.
Yep, and B-Doc was there.
Brian Dawkins came out to his speech doing his typical entrance.
What was it, like the Wolverine one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see too much of the I've seen only the highlights of like him, in tears because it meant so much to him. A lot of Eagles fans all went out to support B-Doc. So it was a very happy offseason, to say the least, for Philadelphia sports fans, Michael, if you didn't know. Very, very happy for Eagles fans. But yeah, how was the Patriots offseason, Michael?
Well, let me think. We got some more D-line depth, which we needed because it clearly showed when there was like 1 total sack in the entire game in the Super Bowl. We switched around our running backfield.
The secret weapon got dropped, didn't he? Danny Amendola?
Danny Amendola left to go to the Dolphins. So we lost some playoff clutch factor.
No longer. The Patriots no longer have a secret weapon.
We lost pretty much every wide receiver on our team. So our week 1 wide receivers are, I believe, Chris Hogan, player we got from the Colts, and I think a undrafted rookie. So it looks all signs are pointing to the Patriots going back to a 2 tight end setup because Gronk is still very much healthy, and we promoted Holston, I believe, to the regular roster. So I'm hopeful for it to go back to 2011 because that offense is really good, and that was Gronk's best season. Just hopefully 2013 doesn't roll around and the second tight end isn't also a murderer.
The Patriots have a murderer on their team, guys.
Not anymore.
But I mean, I really can't say anything either because the Eagles had an inside trader on our team, but
well, no, he was
not
on,
anymore.
He's on the Brown. He was on the Browns before.
When it was discovered.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that imply that it was going on before it was discovered?
Yes.
So then...
And he did it really poorly. He broke the first rule of insider trading.
Never talk about insider trading?
No. He based his trades off of only mergers that happened before they were announced. So he only invested in stocks that involved mergers before they happened, and he did short options off of cash. So he basically made it the most obvious that he was committing insider trading, and he'll go to jail for up to 25 years now.
Super illegal. Moral of the story: don't do things that are illegal.
Yeah, or don't do two things illegal at the same time. That's the true rule.
And if you do something that is illegal, don't get caught.
So to continue with, it's kind of hard to do it because Jack's no longer here, but I guess we'll just get
I'll
him
try my best.
to send in the schedule, his predictions later.
We'll
But
change the color a little bit.
this year, since we're starting at the beginning of the NFL season, we will guess every single game and the outcome and see who has the best percentage. So I'm just going to track them down. I'll just have Jack send in his list later. So, Monty, the first game is the Bengals versus the Colts.
I don't know anything about either team, in all honesty, because I think that both teams are probably in the process of rebuilding, because I never hear anything about either the Bengals or Colts.
They are both retooling while remaining competitive.
Okay. So they're contanking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andrew Luck's finally
Andrew
back.
Luck is on the Colts.
Yep, he's finally back.
That's what I was gonna say. So I'm probably gonna have to go with the Colts because that's I only really know one player on the Colts, and I have no idea who any of the players are on the Bengals.
That's pretty good.
So I'm gonna have to say Colts.
All right. I also agree with Colts because I am on the Andrew Luck hype train that he will finally return to his 2013 form because he hasn't played football in 80 years now. He's lost most of his career to injuries forced upon him by the Colts by making him play.
Yeah, because that's why I remember the name Andrew Luck is because I remember hearing on the radio in the morning. I remember hearing that Andrew Luck is finally making his return after having 4 or 5 surgeries or something.
Yeah, he missed a season and a half or 2.5 seasons or something like that.
So that'll be cool.
Next game, Bills-Ravens. I think this is an easy one.
Ravens.
Same, because the Bills only pretty much got worse. They didn't really change anything. Bucs-Saints.
Buccaneers and Saints.
I'm going Saints with this one.
Here you go, Saints. Who's on the Saints receiving core?
Michael Thompson.
And then the Saints obviously have Drew Brees. Drew Brees versus Jameis Winston. Yep. I'm feeling the Bucs on this one. Not to discredit Drew Brees, but he's kind of getting old. Tyler's gonna hate me for saying that because Tyler's a fan of the Saints. Well, where is it? Is it in Tampa Bay or is it in New Orleans?
Let me check because I forgot to write down who's playing where. Because that can factor into certain games that are
definitely
closer.
Factored into the playoffs last year. Most certainly factored into.
So where is it? Saints are home.
Okay, so since I'm gonna change it to the Saints since the Bucs are on the road. If it was in Tampa Bay, I would definitely go with the Buccaneers. But since the first week of the season, they're in New Orleans, and yeah, since I truly do believe that plays a factor, I do think that the Saints will take it at home.
All right. Next game, very easy. Texans versus Pats.
Patriots.
All right.
That's I wish I sure hope that the Texans will win, but that's if I was a betting man, that's a stupid bet. Stupid easy.
49ers versus Vikings.
I'm gonna have to go with the Vikings.
All right. I'm really interested to see how Kirk Cousins does on a team with such a stacked defense and really great wide receivers.
What's it? Purple People Eaters V2?
Yeah, because they just added Sheldon Richardson to the defensive line. And they added, I think, Mike Akalola from the Bengals as a safety.
Sherman's on the 49ers, right? Richard Sherman?
Yeah, he just signed for them this offseason. Yeah.
Yeah, cause they still don't have a quarterback, right?
They traded for Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jimmy Garoppolo carried them out to undefeated for the rest of the season.
Oh, okay. Is it in Minnesota? Or is it in Seattle?
49ers play in San Francisco.
Oh, I'm sorry, because I was thinking Richard Sherman, Seattle Seahawks still. But is it in San Francisco or is it
Vikings are home.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stay with the Vikings.
Okay.
Though I do think that it'll probably be a close game. Maybe. It depends on how the Vikings defense plays week 1.
It's really crazy that defense has only actually improved. The only piece they lost was Terrence Newman, who retired, and he was like over 40.
Yeah.
So it would be really interesting to see how that defense performs overall. Next game, Titans at Dolphins.
I'm gonna say Dolphins. I'm gonna give them that'll be my.
All right, I'm going Titans for that game. Because out of two quarterbacks who haven't really reached their potential, I think Mariota is better overall, just a smidge. And I can't think of really any other notable players besides Cameron Wake on the Dolphins.
Secret weapon.
He's on the Titans.
Danny Amendola?
Oh, Danny Amendola. I was thinking Deion Lewis.
No, the secret weapon. You're a Patriots fan. You don't even remember Danny Amendola being like, "Oh, I'm the secret weapon."
So he's clutch in the playoffs.
But in the regular season, not so much?
Regular season, he was super under the radar for the Patriots. He would have like 5 total catches.
Okay,
and
that's why he was the secret weapon.
And then get he would like triple his regular season totals in the playoffs.
I'm gonna stay with Dolphins. That'll be my throwaway.
Jags at Giants.
Jags. I mean, Saquon Barkley might have a big outing, but
the Jaguars still have a great defense.
Oh yeah,
and all signs pointing towards.
Yeah, I don't even think the Giants. I don't even know if they're tanking right now. I think they're just rebuilding.
I think with the pick of Barkley and not going for a quarterback, they are trying to contend one last season or as many seasons as Eli has left. I think he has like 2 max. So I think
Eli's on his way out.
If they wanted to rebuild, they would have drafted a quarterback and had him learn behind Eli. My dad foolishly thinks Eli has like another 5 years.
No.
So they have perfectly enough time to draft a quarterback. I don't see how he believes that, but he's a Giants fan, so.
Yeah, Bebop, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but I'm picking against the Giants.
Next one, Steelers-Browns.
Steelers. I don't even know why it took me that long to think about it.
I'm going with a Browns coming out of the gate and shocking people and getting their one of like 5 wins in the season.
You don't think they're gonna go 0-16 again?
If they go 0-16 again, Hugh Jackson should be arrested. Like, he should never be allowed on a football field again. Because last year that team was talented enough to not go 0-16, and he failed them. Benefits this season is they got Todd Haley, so Hugh Jackson's not the offensive coordinator anymore because he proved he obviously couldn't do that. And they added Jarvis Landry. Josh Gordon will finally be back for a full season. Tyrod Taylor is a decent quarterback to right the
To
ship
get the
again,
job done.
while Baker Mayfield is learning in the wings. Also, throwback to Jack when I was cleaning up some files in this room, he predicted that Baker Mayfield was going to the Browns first overall pick. So there we go.
Good job, Jack. Wish you were here.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just going to go with the Browns to try to see if they shock the Steelers, and then I'll see that the halftime score is 21-3 in favor of the Steelers, and I'll go,
Oh,
well, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Next one is Chiefs versus Chargers. Now, this one's a difficult one for me because Alex Smith is no longer on the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes will be the quarterback for them. And I did not watch any of the games with Patrick Mahomes. I have no clue how he's looking right now. And with that and the fact that Antonio Gates is coming back, I think I'm going to go to the Chargers.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are a good pick. The Chiefs, if I remember correctly, last year they came out pretty strong in the first couple games because I know that was one of the games that the Eagles lost last season. But I do also remember that the Chargers were also a pretty strong team in the NFC last year. So
Chargers or AFC?
Chargers of Los Angeles, or I'm thinking
They're
Where-
both Los Angeles.
the Chargers and Rams. So I'm thinking the Rams.
Maybe. The
I
Rams.
think the Rams are NFC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna say the Chiefs. I'm gonna give it to the Chiefs then,
All right.
because I was thinking of a completely different team.
So next one up is the Cowboys at Panthers.
Panthers. Well, that's definitely biased. Because I think the Cowboys defense, their D-line, I think they got stronger too, right?
Well, also note that they will not have their starting center
Okay.
because he has that, I believe, an autoimmune disease that could potentially take away his entire season.
Oof. And they didn't do much in the off season, I don't believe.
Not that I can remember.
So then, yeah, I'll give it to the Panthers. They're at home too, right? You said.
Yeah, it's Cowboys at Panthers.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna give it to the Panthers.
Next one, Redskins at Cardinals.
Redskins.
I'll go Redskins also. Seahawks at Broncos.
Seahawks.
I forgot to write this one down. Okay. Seahawks. I agree. Mainly because I don't know who's even the starting quarterback for the Broncos.
A lot of these are like easy, I would say pretty easy matchups.
I mean, that's kind of the thing is we're going off notions of last season.
That's true, yeah.
So, for all we know, Blake Bortles could, like, forget how to be a quarterback again. Maybe the Andy Dalton goes on his hot streak again that he went on, like, 2 years ago. So, we don't know how these teams will officially play out and stuff like that. So, it seems easy now, but probably by, like, week 3 or 4, when we start to get an idea of how these teams actually are, then it might be, it'll switch it up and become a little bit more difficult. So after that is Bears-Packers.
Packers.
That's an easy one. As of right now, Aaron Rodgers is still healthy. Post that is Jets-Lions.
I'm gonna go with Detroit.
All right, I go the same because once again I think Josh McCown is once again the head quarterback, I think, starting quarterback for the Jets. I'm not sure.
Picked up LeGarrette Blount. He makes a good difference on a team, I would say.
He needs a good offensive line, though, which I don't believe the Jets have.
No, the LeGarrette Blount's on the Lions.
Oh, right. Yeah, because Matt Patricia's now the head coach and signed a bunch of expatriates and signed some off of the practice squad. So he's with people he's familiar with and familiar with his scheme.
Mm-hmm.
And the last game is Rams versus Raiders.
And that's Monday night?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go with Rams.
Yeah, I believe that last season wasn't a complete fluke for the Rams. I think they'll still be very good, especially since they just got Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald. That is one of the potential top defensive line defensive tackle pairings of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since Suh is playing for a big contract, and this is contract year for him.
Yeah.
I see just insane interior pressure from those two. And so we'll figure out Jack's picks, and then we'll, I guess, reveal them and / go over them during next week and see how well we were week 1. And we can go over some of the games. I believe that I think that does it for NFL talk.
Is there anything else we want to talk about, do you think? I haven't been keeping up with the U.S. Open. I know that's been going on. PGA Tour's been going on.
When I last saw Tiger Woods was leading. That's good to see.
Yeah.
I think we can. I think we can safely wrap it up here.
Yeah, there isn't. I mean, we'll definitely have a lot more to talk about next week. Once everybody's back in action, once everybody's here, once we're better prepared.
Once we get back into the full swing of
Oh
things.
yeah.
So, I was Mike,
and I'm Monty,
and this was Whole Milk. If you're listening, you obviously noticed that it's a different time. We are no longer at Wednesdays. We are now Fridays, starting at 2:00 in the afternoon. So
2 to 3:30 usually, but since we have some special obligations today, we'll be ending a bit early.
Yeah, we'll be better at being closer to an hour and a half this year. Follow us on
Facebook at Whole Milk Chat. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Whole Milk Chat. You might have to add.
Is it Whole Milk Chat? I thought it was just Whole Milk.
I believe it's Whole Milk Chat. But if you type in WCCR to the end in the search bar, then we should pop right up as the only channel.
So I want to thank everybody who is listening once again for listening, and we will see you once again next week. Goodbye, everybody.